Electric bikes, like them or not, we're being pushed towards them. There's a ticking clock on the internal combustion engine, and in the UK, under the current rules, all new cars will need to be electric, hydrogen, or run on magic beans by 2035. We don't know the date yet for bikes, but it is coming. So, what does that future look like? Are electric bikes actually fun? And is something like this, the Zero DSR X, worth the £25,000 price tag? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on the future of bikes and all things going electric. Also, full disclosure, I actually quite like some electric bikes. I've ridden a couple of live wires, which are around the £10,000 mark, and I thought they were fantastic. I really loved them. So let's get into it. Price and comparisons. Let's start with the elephant in the room. This bike costs a fair amount of money. It's more than I spent on my house deposit, and in bike terms, you could get a really nice, really glam adventure bike. Also, talking bike maths, you could buy about 8 of these or 20 vans for the same price. I would probably compare this to something around the 1000cc to 1300cc, size-wise and power-wise. Although the lower seat height on this makes it way easier for me to manage. I'm 5'5" and a bit, and I can comfortably get both feet down on this, which I can't do on most adventure bikes. Even on my own V-Strom, we've got a low seat and I'm tiptoeing on it. So that is a good positive for this. Let's talk riding modes and performance. Before we get too stuck on that price, let's talk about fun, because that's what most of us actually buy bikes for. Fun. You've got a few different riding modes. You've got eco, standard, sport, canyon, rain, and custom, which I've not played about with. Plus, you've got switchable ABS and traction control within those modes. Eco mode is great for range, but honestly, it's so slow. It makes my van feel fast. And the regenerative braking is so aggressive. It's like a violent braking, even when you're not touching the brakes. I'm sure it's really useful around town, but it does take some getting used to. Your brake pads would last forever in that mode, and you'll get about 120 miles. So there are positives to it. Then there's standard mode. It feels more similar to my V-Strom. It's smooth, it's easy, but then that range drops to about 90 miles in reality. It's alright. Then there's full meaty yobbo sports mode, and that is where the fun happens. That's what I really love. It's not going to bend space and time, but it is a seriously quick bike when you ask it to be. It's the only mode I bother riding in. I've soon realised that I only enjoy it in sports mode. But you're realistically only getting about 60 to 80 miles, which for me just isn't enough. And for most of my rides, I'm doing more than that. Same for you probably. That range anxiety really creeps in when you could see on the dash the range just dropping and dropping and dropping. And the worry of, am I actually going to make it? Am I going to get home? Just ruins the fun a little bit. Let's talk specs and feel. Once you get used to its oddly long body and its weight and its really wide handlebars, it is fun to open up and take for a spin, but it did take me a few rides to feel at ease with it. And charging is fine at home. It's a little bit complicated, and I'm still not fully sure I'm using this range extender this one's come with correctly, but it's so cheap to run. It's costing about 50p for 80 miles, so can't complain with that. On the road, it would take some planning though, and I haven't tried to charge it on the go, especially as they claim that charging time's over an hour. This range extender also takes up all the storage space, so you have to take a backpack. You can't store your snacks and whatever else you want to take. There's enough space for a phone to go in there though, and there's a little USB. Let's move on to practicality. Being a small person, as I've said previously, pushing big, heavy adventure bikes around, it's a little bit intimidating. I can't really push my V-Strom around much. But the Zero, credit to it, has reverse, which makes parking much less horrible. It has all the usual niceties you'd expect for a bike of this price. You get heated grips, cruise control, you can connect your phone to it, etc, etc. There's the frunk too, a bit like the Honda NC750, but with this range extender, it's a £3,500 extra you can put on, but it takes up all that space. So for the bike I've been given to test, I don't really have any storage space, which is a bit of a pain. A few gripes as well. There's no parking brake, which is just madness, I think, on a bike this heavy. You can't park on hills anymore because you can't leave it in gear. I would just leave that in gear as it currently is. I've had to zip tie the brake just to be on the safe side. And the older models did have an additional thing you could buy for a parking brake, which you could attach. But I can't find one for this year. So unless you can use the old one for this, I'm not 100% sure. You might know more than me, and please feel free to let me know in the comments. We've also had a few other issues. There have been a couple of fault lights come on and disappear, and the charge port just feels really flimsy. Water gets in. Just for the price, I feel like it could be better. It's brilliant as a bike. It's efficient, it's quick, it's smooth, but I really love the personality that the V-twins have and the little van has, and I name all my bikes. I've always named my bikes. I just can't imagine giving this a name. Maybe it's because I've only had it a couple of weeks and maybe it would grow on me, but I don't know. Take one out for a spin at your local dealership and let me know what you think. You might end up loving it. I just haven't really clicked with it, and I'm not really that excited to take it out for a ride. So my overall verdict, there is a lot to like about it. It's quick, it's clever, it's really well balanced, and it's just easy to ride. But once that novelty wears off, those issues do stand out. Mainly the range, the price, and the fact you have to find flat ground to park it on. But if you're already sold on electric, go and get a test ride, see if you like it. Personally, if I were to go electric, I'd get a live wire. I've not had one for a long time. I've just done a couple of test rides, but sorry, Zero. It's not filling me with that spark that the petrol engines have, and even those other electric bikes for much less money. No, I need to find something that's going to take me as far as the V-Strom and make me smile as much as my van. Unfortunately, this just hasn't done that for me. That's just my honest opinion. I really hope you have enjoyed watching. I'm very much running out of daylight, as you can see. So if you want to see more videos and more of my traveling stuff, more reviews, more of what I get up to, please hit subscribe and give this a like if you've enjoyed it. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks for sticking around. Bye bye.